Good evening. I'm Rob McInnes, the chairman of the Canadian Phi Delta Theta Foundation, and I'm pleased to welcome you to the Foundation's 2022-23 awards announcement broadcast on YouTube. I'd like to welcome undergraduates, alumni, family, friends, and general fraternity leaders from across Canada or wherever you may be tuning in. 2023 marks the 49th anniversary of the Canadian Foundation, and I'm pleased to advise that next year we'll be celebrating our 50th anniversary. In 1974, we awarded a single scholarship of $500 to an undergraduate, Donald Lyons, at the University of British Columbia. Tonight, in the year before our semi-centennial year, I'm pleased to announce that we will be recognizing 21 undergraduates attending 11 universities across Canada with a record $39,000 in awards. Over the past 49 years, the Canadian Foundation has recognized 367 outstanding individuals who excel in scholarship and leadership among undergraduates from 14 Canadian universities. Since 1974, we've granted almost $440,000 in scholarships. It's hard to believe that the Foundation, which is entirely run by a voluntary board of directors of Canadian Phi Delt alumni, and who do everything from fundraising to evaluating award candidates, has come so far over almost 50 years of service to the fraternity. In addition to recognizing academic and leadership excellence through annual awards, the Foundation also supports leadership development by defraying travel costs for Canadian undergraduates to attend the annual Kleberg Emerging Leaders Institute in Oxford, Ohio. Tonight is mainly about giving money away, but the Foundation could not award a single dollar without the loyal support of Phi Delta alumni from coast to coast. However, it's not just alumni who make donations. Many Canadian Phi Delt undergraduates and chapters support the Foundation as well, whether it be through hosting chapter fundraising events like Live Like Lou, of which half of the proceeds raised in Canada is directed to the Foundation, or through individual donations of $18.48 through the Knights of Pallas initiative made by undergraduates. And a growing number of former award winners are recognizing the value of the Canadian Foundation and Phi Delta Theta in their lives by giving back by making monthly or annual donations. I also want to recognize the support of our Canadian fraternity volunteers, province presidents, chapter advisory board, and House Corporation members who, last year alone, donated almost $25,000 to the Canadian Foundation. That's over 1/3 of all Canadian volunteers, which surpasses the goal set by the General Council President to see 30% of fraternity volunteers throughout Phi Delta Theta contribute to either the Canadian or U.S. Foundation. Before we get on with our awards announcements, I want to acknowledge the tremendous support of the fraternity's General Council and GHQ staff to our Foundation. I believe they recognize that working with our Foundation strengthens what is best about Phi Delta Theta, the fact that we are a strong international fraternity. To my fellow directors, thanks for your extraordinary efforts each year as we try to raise more to give away more. To our loyal donors and our amazing Canadian chapters who help us accomplish our goals. And finally, to Brother Ernie Chan, who selflessly contributes many hours each year to making this awards event possible. At this time, I'd like to welcome General Council Treasurer and our next President of the General Council, David Almasi. Dave has been a remarkable friend to Phi Delta Theta in Canada, and we're honored to have him join us tonight.
Hello, my name is David Almasi, and I'm the General Council Treasurer for Phi Delta Theta. And part of my responsibility on the council is also to serve as Canadian liaison, something I've done for the past couple of years. So it is my honor and privilege to be with you tonight to help the Canadian Foundation celebrate some amazing achievements from some Canadian Phis and the scholarships that have been awarded to recognize those achievements. So thank you for the invitation to join you. So first of all, listen, this is the third time you all have done this via YouTube, and I think it's fantastic. And I am very pleased to report that as far as the general fraternity is concerned, the state of our fraternity is strong. And that is in large part due to some of the hard work of the undergraduates and of course our alumni volunteers, such as CAB chair members and our province presidents, such as Graham, Gopal, and Mike. So thank you all for all the work you've done on behalf of Phi Delta Theta to help grow our fraternity and overcome some of the challenges that we faced coming out of COVID, for example. So, the ability to recruit and continue to maintain chapter operations and to kind of return to normal after an unprecedented quarantine in our lifetime is certainly something that is worth noting and celebrating as things somewhat get back to normal. So we also, during the past biennium, as a result of all this, we invested pretty heavily in online digital resources to help support our chapters, and we will continue to do so moving forward, whether that's including resources or staff, digital online training, Phi Chi education, member-focused leadership development certification programs, anything to help optimize and ensure the best member experience possible are things that we're going to be focused on moving forward. We also listened and responded and addressed some very significant concerns surrounding diversity and inclusion and mental health awareness. And we, for the first time ever, appointed a diversity and inclusion commissioner, Austin DeRye, to serve in that role. We also appointed a new general fraternity chaplain, Michael Schulte, and we're working very closely with them and the general headquarters staff to develop resources and programming to help support our chapters in both of these important areas. In an effort to help improve our community and to make an impact in the world, Phi Delts from both the United States and Canada found purpose in supporting a cause greater than themselves to battle ALS and support the ALS warriors facing it through Live Like Lou. And we're going to be partnering this summer with a number of Major League Baseball teams and in parks across the country around Lou Gehrig Day to help honor ALS warriors and in some cases gift specialized wheelchairs to help them. But we want to raise awareness and increase advocacy around ALS to fund research and to hopefully eventually find a cure. It's a very exciting time this year, 175th anniversary for Phi Delta Theta since our founding in 1848. And we're going to be celebrating that at our convention in Scottsdale, Arizona at the Westin Kierland just in a couple weeks, June 15th to 18th. We very much look forward to seeing you all there. We know that last time we weren't able to meet because of the travel restrictions, but we look forward to having you all join us in person to celebrate our brotherhood. And in fact, I was looking at some of the award recipients over the past few years in the history. And in terms of the Hauser Trophy, there are two chapters in Canada who've been battling it out in terms of who's won it the most. And it's currently a tie between Nova Scotia Alpha, Dalhousie, and British Columbia Alpha, University of British Columbia. Both have won it 12 times. So we'll see this summer who may take home and gain the edge, or it might be one of the other Canadian chapters. Stay tuned. We'll see. And then at the end of July, we have Clayburgh Emerging Leaders Institute in Oxford, Ohio at Miami University. Every chapter can send 4 delegates, and I highly encourage all of you all to send as many as you can. And in fact, some of the dollars raised from the Canadian Foundation can go to help support and offset travel expenses to help attend that conference. So I encourage you all to explore those options as well, and don't let cost be a barrier to participating in some of these amazing leadership development and networking opportunities. As far as growth in Canada, we have 10 chapters in Canada currently and 1 emerging chapter. And currently, all of our members in Phi Chi is totaling over the past year in Canada. The sum is 275 members so far over the past year, and that is significantly up from last year. Canadian chapters all time are nearing 10,000 initiates, with 9,043 as of today, and we're set to reach or hope to reach 9,500 by the end of next year. So as we celebrate tonight, the second cardinal principle, we all understand friendship and sound learning. The reason why we're all Phi Delts, because we've been fortunate enough to attend an Institute of Higher Learning and pledge and join an amazing organization in Phi Delta Theta established on your campus. So sound learning, and of course rectitude is just as important. All three play together, but we're recognizing the second cardinal principle tonight by honoring some amazing Phis who achieved some incredible things. So this year, the 49th anniversary of the Canadian Foundation. Wow, that's that's amazing. Congratulations. And I'm super excited to see what you all plan to do next year for the big 5-0. So keep me posted on that. So since 1974, the foundation has awarded $439,000. 346 undergraduates in every Canadian chapter, and that's incredible. This year, $60,000 has been raised by very generous alumni, so thank you to all those who donated. 39,000 of that is going to be awarded to 21 very deserving Phi Delt. So you're going to learn about that very soon in terms of who the recipients are. So a huge thank you to Rob McGinnis, who's the chairman, Neil Park, the treasurer, Mike Brady is the secretary, Chris Uglanica is the awards committee chairman, and Mark Ballantyne, the chairman of the marketing communications committee. And this is an all volunteer board. So very much appreciate your tireless efforts and hard work on behalf of these FIs to not only recognize their achievements, but to help offset the expenses of their education through these very generous donations. So thank you. And I have to give thanks to Ernie Chan as well, who helped edit this whole thing together. So thank you, Ernie, for all of your hard work and making all of us look good as possible. I know it's harder for some more than others. I get it. So for those looking for more information about the foundation, please visit phideltatheta.ca for the Canadian Foundation. And congrats again to all the recipients. I look forward to seeing hopefully some of you at a convention or at Clayburgh this summer, or maybe just in my regular travels as part of my duties on the General Council for the next biennium. And as always, I am very proud to be a Phi.
Thank you to Brother Almacy. As always, we thank the General Council and General Headquarters for providing support and encouragement. We were delighted that you have joined us today and share in our success. As the chair of the awards committee, I want to first thank all the students who submitted applications in the 2022 Canadian Foundation Awards. Although these decisions are never easy, we are very proud of the work that you do within your chapters, the focus you place upon your education, and the impact that you have on your communities. Without further ado, it is time to announce the winners of the 2022 Canadian Foundation Awards and Scholarships.
Good evening. 5 years ago, we established an endowed academic and leadership fund at the University of Manitoba. Due to the exceptional generosity of both brothers and other friends of the Manitoba chapter, we have raised well over $300,000 since 2018 and have made rewards to deserving candidates every year since. This year, I'm delighted to announce that we have 2 award winners. Yashis Samtani has had exceptionally high grades while taking an honors course in economics at the University of Manitoba. He has also provided leadership on a number of important student councils at the university. Ish Qatar is completing a Bachelor of Science degree at the university, is the current president of the Manitoba chapter, and has been a key contributor in its resurgence. I extend my heartiest best wishes and congratulations to Yashis, Ish, and all of the Canadian Award winners.
Our next award winner is Wasi Alavi. Wasi is a third-year statistics and computer science student at Dalhousie University who has served as the Nova Scotia Alpha Scholarship and Risk Management Chairman. He has maintained an impressive cumulative GPA of 3.52 while balancing many commitments across school, work, residence life, work in the community, and extracurricular activities. This upcoming summer, he will be working as a research assistant on a project that involves training a machine learning algorithm to recognize various fish species, being funded by the Natural Sciences and Engineering Research Council of Canada. We are delighted to recognize Wasi with an award in the academic pathway in the amount of $3,500. Congratulations.
Our next award winner is William Chen. William is a third-year honors biology student at McMaster University, who, at the time of the broadcast, just stepped into the chapter president role at Ontario Gamma. He has previously held the roles of vice president and secretary as the chapter navigated the difficult waters around COVID-19. Outside of his chapter responsibilities, William holds an executive position with the McMaster Science Society as a fourth-year representative. He's also the Director of Events for the McMaster Association of Speakers and volunteers his time with Mission Services in Hamilton. We are delighted to recognize William with an award in the Leadership Pathway in the amount of $3,000. Congratulations, William.
Our next award winner is Mason Brown. Mason is a second-year biology student at the University of British Columbia, and at 19 years old was recently elected to become one of BC Alpha's youngest chapter presidents. He holds a cumulative GPA of 3.7, and more impressively, he has improved his grades every semester he has been in school. He aspires to explore a career in biotech in the future, combining his science background with a master's in management to solve the world's most pressing neurological research needs. We are delighted to recognize Mason with an award in the academic pathway in the amount of $2,500. Congratulations, Mason.
Each year, the John McCracken Ontario Alpha Leadership Award is awarded to the top undergraduate attending the University of Toronto, demonstrating exceptional leadership qualities. This year, we are delighted to present the award to Fergie Halaramalo. Fergie is a fourth-year actuarial science and statistics student who has made his biggest impact on the Ontario Alpha chapter as their Brotherhood chairman. Fergie launched many new initiatives and traditions to bring his brothers closer together. None more important than a yearly potluck dinner that aims to celebrate the diversity of the chapter through sharing cultural foods. Following a very similar theme, he works outside the chapter as a youth engagement ambassador at Heart House, where he mentors young Black men. Through hosting workshops, discussions, and chaperoning field trips, he plays a big role helping the youth discover their true potential. We're delighted to recognize Fergie as the 2022 recipient of the John McCracken Ontario Alpha Leadership Award in the amount of $1,500. Congratulations.
Our next award winner is Brad Givens. Brad is a fourth-year chemistry student at the University of British Columbia, Okanagan, and now a two-time Canadian Foundation Award winner representing the British Columbia Gamma chapter. He has been recognized on the Dean's List for 3 consecutive years and is continuing to maintain his highly impressive 4.0 cumulative GPA. He's taken on additional responsibility this year as a teaching assistant for an undergraduate physical chemistry class, helping and supporting younger students in his faculty. As Brad approaches graduation, he is still hoping to attend dental school in the near future, but also has his sights on earning a place on the Canadian national water skiing team before he embarks on his graduate studies. We are delighted to recognize Brad with an award in the academic pathway in the amount of $1,300. Congratulations.
Our next award winner is Nicholas Marichu. Nicholas is a third-year anthropology student at the University of Toronto and a Dean's List student throughout his undergraduate studies. He has served as the Brotherhood chairman for the Ontario Alpha chapter and maintains a 3.68 GPA while working multiple jobs during the school year. Outside of the fraternity, he served on the board of directors of the University of Toronto Students' Union and hopes to attend law school after graduation. We're delighted to recognize Nicholas with an award in the academic pathway in the amount of $1,300. Congratulations.
Our next award winner is Vathma Pereira. Vathma is a third-year honors anthropology student at McMaster University and has been a Dean's List student throughout his undergraduate studies. He has held a 3.8 GPA while changing his program and major multiple times, while also serving as the chaplain of the Ontario Gamma chapter and supporting his brothers. Vathma has a wide array of academic interests, from biological anthropology and bioarchaeology to forensics and criminal law, and is hoping to further his studies in one of these areas upon graduation. We are very happy to recognize Vathma with an award in the academic pathway in the amount of $1,300. Congratulations, Vathma.
Our next award winner is Derek Baum. Derek is a first-year aerospace engineering student at Carleton University who currently serves as Ontario Epsilon's recruitment chairman. In his short time with the chapter, he has shown a knack for both event management and conflict resolution, both equally valuable qualities to possess in his officer role. Outside of the chapter, Derek volunteers his time coaching youth ball hockey at both the recreational and provincial levels. We are delighted to recognize Derek with an award in the leadership pathway in the amount of $1,000. Congratulations, Derek.
Our next award winner is Vasily Piccone. Vasily is a fifth-year electrical engineering student at McGill University, and now a two-time Canadian Foundation Award winner representing Quebec Alpha. Holding a 3.58 cumulative GPA over the course of his studies, he has received multiple faculty awards and grants recognizing both his academic achievements in the classroom and mentoring contributions as a teaching assistant. Vasily has also contributed significantly to two design teams on campus, the McGill Rocket team and McGill Formula Electric. We're delighted to recognize Vasily with an award in the academic pathway in the amount of $1,000. Congratulations, Vasily.
Our next award winner is Ethan Randall. Ethan is a third-year finance student at the University of Alberta, a Dean's List student throughout his undergraduate studies, and now a two-time Canadian Foundation Award winner. He has served many roles within the chapter as president, vice president, secretary, and social chairman, all while holding a 3.78 cumulative GPA. He aspires to work in financial services after graduation, specifically helping young adults and families plan their financial futures. We are delighted to recognize Ethan with an award in the academic pathway in the amount of $1,000. Congratulations.
There are two more undergraduates who are deserving of recognition for their academic achievements this year. Our remaining award winners in the academic pathway are, from Queen's University and the Ontario ADA chapter, Jason Kim, and from York University and the Ontario Delta chapter, Hoshner Tavadia.
And there are also a few more undergraduates deserving of recognition for their leadership achievements. Our remaining award winners in the leadership pathway are, from the University of British Columbia and the British Columbia Alpha chapter, Noah Leeson. From the University of Alberta and the Alberta Alpha chapter, Jared Chevalier. From McGill University and the Quebec Alpha chapter, Elliot Miville Deschennes. And from the University of British Columbia Okanagan and the British Columbia Gamma chapter, Nils Kelly. Congratulations, brothers.
For the first time last year, we awarded the D. Grant LOREE Leadership Award to the top leadership award recipient across the country. This award is named in recognition of Brother LOREE, who was initiated into the Ontario Alpha chapter at the University of Toronto on November 30th, 1966. Grant has enjoyed a long association with the fraternity in a volunteer capacity. He was the Alpha North Province President from 1984 to 1989 and an Ontario Alpha House Corporation member from 2016 to 2017. His deepest involvement in Phi Delta Theta has been as a director of this very Canadian foundation, where he served as its chairman for many years until stepping down in 2022. We are honored to recognize Grant's long-standing contribution and leadership to the foundation and award its second ever winners, for this year joint winners, of the D. Grant LOREE Leadership Award to Diam Basharat and Ali Nasser. Diam is a second-year International Development and Sustainability student at Dalhousie University, who currently serves as the chapter's vice president of Nova Scotia Alpha. Within the fraternity, he has held the positions of webmaster, historian, and secretary. He has represented the chapter as a delegate at the 2022 Kleberg Emerging Leaders Institute and serves as a volunteer intern for the Live Like Lou Foundation. Outside chapter activities, Diam is heavily involved in the world of debating, serving as the president of the Dalhousie and King's Debate Society, a board member of the Nova Scotia Debating Society, and the vice president Atlantic Canada for the Canadian University Society for Intercollegiate Debate. Ali is a fourth-year economics student at York University, who has held many different roles within the Ontario Delta chapter. As president, vice president, risk management chair, community service chair, public relations chair, and currently as the awards chairman. On campus, he has been involved as an orientation leader, sat on residence council, and volunteered his time for the Entrepreneurship Development Club at the university. Congratulations to both Diam and Ali as joint winners of the 2022 D. Grant LOREE Leadership Award, with each receiving an award of $4,000. Although the list of D. Grant LOREE Award winners is currently short, we look forward to recognizing many more of the country's top leaders in the coming years and following the professional successes of our award winners.
Since 1996, the Phi Delta Theta Canadian Foundation awards the J. Fred Green Award to the top academic scholarship recipient across the country. This award is named in honor and recognition of Brother Green, who was initiated into the Ontario Alpha Chapter at the University of Toronto on November 15, 1926. He had a lifetime of contributions to the fraternity. As a chapter advisor, alumni club secretary, province president, and most relevant for us, was one of the founders of the Canadian Foundation back in 1974. Although Brother Green entered the chapter grand in 2004, his legacy lives on in the Canadian Foundation's top academic award. The 2023 recipient of the J. Fred Green Award is Benjamin Liu from Carleton University. Benjamin is a fourth-year economics student who has demonstrated consistent and unwavering commitment to his studies. Carrying a near-perfect 3.9 GPA from this past year, he's a three-time Dean's Honor List student and has been awarded both the Hyman Soloway Scholarship and the General In-Course Scholarship from Carleton University. He is a significant contributor to the undergraduate chapter, having held major office positions within the Ontario Epsilon chapter, including his current role as chapter president. He is an Iron Phi, has been involved in numerous campus societies and student government, and stays active outside of school through Run Ottawa and the Ottawa Sooners football team. As part of his cooperative education studies, Benjamin works with Innovation Canada as a junior policy analyst through the Federal Student Work Experience Program. He has a particular focus and interest on helping businesses understand the principles of inclusion, diversity, equity, and accessibility, and hopes to continue to do so as he gets bridged into full-time work with the federal department upon completion of his bachelor's degree. We are honored to recognize Benjamin as this year's top academic scholarship recipient, and he will receive an award in the amount of $4,000. He joins an esteemed list of past J. Fred Green Award winners that have gone on to make incredible professional impacts in communities across Canada. Congratulations, Benjamin, on winning the 2023 J. Fred Green Award, and best of luck to you as you complete your studies and transition into a fruitful career with the Federal Public Service.
Congratulations to all of our award winners this evening. We hope that each of you will help us spread the good news about the Foundation to encourage them to apply for an award next year. Please be advised that I will be in touch with you within the next few days as we prepare to mail you your check. Thanks again to those who contributed to the success of the event, including Brother Almasy, my fellow Foundation directors, and Ernie Chan. If you have any questions or wish more background on the Canadian Foundation, please visit our website at phideltatheta.ca. Proud to be a Phi.